Hi, and welcome along to our first ever Adidas Rugby specific boot review, for this time two different packs, the Horizon pack and the All Black pack. I'm your one and only host of this series, Eddie RugbyObsessedBloke Gardner, and it is an absolute pleasure to have you all here today. For those who are all watching this, today we're going to be looking at something that I've never shown you before. Two different versions of the Adidas Predator Malice Control SG Rugby boots from the Horizon pack in the amazing new colorway of blue, white and solar orange, and also the firm ground version of them, plus the black, core black and solar orange versions of those two boots, before making a quick sneak peek at the brand spanking new Adidas Predator Y3 Rugby boots, also in core black and solar orange, which are a limited edition. So remember to keep your eyes tuned firmly to your screen if you want some. But anyway, it was a sad loss to the All Blacks to England in the weekend as they went down by 19-7 to the Owen Farrell captain side in their fourth and penultimate round in the 2019 Rugby World Cup. But it is with extreme happiness that they'll get the chance next week to outscore Wales, who lost to the Springboks last night by a fairly narrow margin of 19-16, though sadly, I didn't pay attention to much of it as I fell asleep on the couch through most of the game and couldn't wake back up until somewhere in the final quarter. Enough said. In the meantime, let's get into this review as the first pair that I spoke about, which are the Predator Malice Control SG in blue, white, and solar orange, so I do hope that you enjoy it. Let's get started. If you're that someone in your rugby team who needs that extra precision with your kicking, whether out of hand or from a tee, and assistance with your speed, then these lightweight boots are for you. The brand spanking new Adidas Predator Malice Control SG from the Horizon pack in an all-new colorway of blue, white, and solar orange. They are the top choice of a rugby-specific line of boots for kickers and other backline players that really need to keep up with the others in their team during a race to get to the try line before the 18-stone monsters end up bearing down on them purposely. The robust materials of this great boot also reduce stress on the lower body, but the material itself is fairly able to destruct if the boots are worn out, but that shouldn't be the case if they're well cared for. They are one of the most preferred choices of a boot for today's kickers, and I myself highly recommend them as well. They have a unique design featuring a symmetric lacing system to ensure comfort and make the boots a lot easier to break into, so in many cases, because of those reasons, that's why I prefer them over any other rugby-specific boot, because I would rather want a quality engineered boot like the Predator Malice Control SG for extra comfort and striking looks. The men's Adidas Predator Malice Control Rugby boots are perfect for taking your game to the next level, crafted with a synthetic forefoot for a tailored and super comfortable fit, along with raised rubber razors that helps to enhance power and kicking accuracy on the ball. A new sole plate crafted from lightweight nylon with a mixed stud pattern gives incredible speed and stability on soft ground pitches, completed with the Adidas branding to the side. Men's rugby boots. Shaped ankle collar. Asymmetrical lacing. Cushioned insole. Lightweight nylon sole plate. Mixed stud pattern. Raised rubber razors to the forefoot. Adidas branding. Upper, synthetic. Inner, textile. Sole, synthetic. You can pick up a pair of these great boots from lovelrugby.co.uk for 362 New Zealand dollars and 41 cents. This may seem a horrendously expensive price, but it's a great use of money for those whom are rich, and you should be guaranteed to fit them properly. I'm letting you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz as soon as I can, so don't panic. Stay tuned as we will now be moving on to looking at the firm ground version of these amazing boots, also in blue, white and solar orange from the Horizon pack. Keep watching. This right here is the firm ground version of these boots, also from the Horizon pack and also in blue, white and solar orange, which you can pick up from lovelrugby.co.uk for a price of 251 New Zealand dollars and 88 cents. This is not too bad at all for a great pair of rugby boots. These would make up a great Christmas present, even for that great rugby fan or just someone who wants to learn to improve their skills and kicking talents by adding just that little extra precision. They have such a great design that I would almost want them for Christmas, but I'd rather prefer the soft ground version as I feel that it's much more comfortable for me on any kind of surface. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke very soon, so don't panic. Stay tuned as we're moving on to looking at the black, core black and solar orange version of these boots from the All Blacks pack, which were as worn by the All Blacks in this year's Rugby World Cup. Keep watching. This right here is the black, core black and solar orange version from the All Blacks pack of the Adidas Predator Malice Control SG rugby boots, which you can pick up easily from lovelrugby.co.uk for $292 New Zealand dollars and 19 cents. Like with the two previous pairs that we looked at, these would make a great Christmas present to that hardcore rugby fan who really wants to learn to kick like the trained professionals. These were as worn by the All Blacks team that participated this year at the 2019 Rugby World Cup. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store as soon as I can, so don't even panic. Even if you're not a standout player in your team, these will look great on your feet and on the rugby pitch, guaranteed. The Adidas Horizon and All Black pack range of rugby-specific boots. Built for the backs, speed, power, control and maximum comfort. Adidas Rugby. Proud sponsor of RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz. We're almost done with this video, but just before I close it down, what a better way it is to finish off by taking a quick sneak peek at these brand new rugby boots. The Adidas Predator Y3 rugby boots in core black and orange, designed by the legendary Japanese artist Yoshi Yamamoto, who helped with the making of the All Blacks jersey specifically designed to be worn by the team themselves at the 2019 Rugby World Cup. You can get these great boots from lovelrugby.co.uk for the price of $352 New Zealand dollars and 67 cents. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz very soon, so don't you even dare to panic. These will make a great Christmas present since they have been made into one of the most iconic pieces of rugby memorabilia in years to come. You or your family members will appreciate them. Don't forget that this month marks the 4th anniversary of Rugby Obsessed Bloke since the company itself was founded by me in mid-November of 2015, so a huge thank you to all those who have subscribed. You really have made me keep my dreams alive and make them come true. Apologies if I've talked for far too long, because I know that most of you watching it would have got bored. Enjoy the last few rolling photos of this video. A very goodbye for now, and I'll catch you next time as we'll move on to looking at the brand spanking new Adidas Predator XPSG and FG rugby boots, also from the Horizon and All Black packs, right here on Rugby Obsessed Bloke. The power behind rugby. See you then. Hi and welcome to another episode in this series for Adidas Rugby specific boots, the second in this series for the Adidas Horizon and All Black packs. I'm your host, as always, Eddie Rugby Obsessed Bloke Gardner, and today it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you today 3 pairs of the brand spanking new Adidas Predator XP rugby boots, 3 pairs of the SG version and 1 of the FG version. The first 2 will be in blue, white and solar orange, and the last in black, core black, and solar orange. The last version was mostly blacked out exclusively for the All Blacks squad participating in this year's Rugby World Cup, but the first 2 versions, including the firm ground version, were also seen being worn by players of other international teams that participated in the tournament. These boots that we're looking at today have a distinctive design featuring a sock construction and are sure to hold your feet in the right place and keep you comfortable for the duration of each match that you represent your side in. They would make a great Christmas present for anyone because of their attractiveness. I am sorry to report that I have not posted any videos since July 2018 because of focusing on other projects, and experiencing deeply saddening events like losing a vitally important and much-loved member of my extended family, who my heart always goes out to, because I miss her very much. Apologies if I have talked for far too long, because I know you would have got very bored. In the meantime, make sure that you're all strapped in before watching this video, because I guarantee that you won't want to miss it and it'll be an absolute cracker. I hope that you enjoy it. Let's get started. These great rugby boots, the brand spanking new Adidas Predator X PSG in the all-new colorway of blue, white and solar orange from the Horizon pack are recommended for anyone in the backline, whether you're a winger or a goal kicker, and the unique Adidas Sprint frame is also included on each boot to boost your speed, but more importantly included material that feels like a second skin when you put the boots on to enhance your comfort. This is the type of a rugby-specific boot that you'd definitely want to consider if playing in the backline, and they would definitely make a great Christmas present for this year despite the fact that it's not currently the rugby season over here in New Zealand. They will make anyone stand out well on the pitch, even that young one who chases the dreams of being a young All Black and wearing that jersey with passion and pride. It's always important to pick the right boots before you start playing a particular position, as certain types won't do the right performance, because you never know what level you're at when you start. The explosive wingers in my team have been noted for wearing models similar to these, because they deliver such optimal performance on the pitch that they're one of the most wanted pairs of rugby boots by anyone willing to outrun their teammates, like myself. Though my preferred model is the Predator Malice Control SG, as it aids grip with my goal kicking and improves my speed and power while running. Breathable boots exploding with creativity. Crafted for game changers. These rugby boots offer a dynamic platform for backs and back row players who can turn the tide. The foot-hugging knit textile upper keeps you cool, comfortable and locked in. A lightweight soft ground outsole delivers maximum traction. Regular fit. Asymmetrical lace closure. Knit textile and leather upper, synthetic suede tongue, Predator kicking zone. Lightweight Predator rugby outsole for explosive power on wet natural grass. Heel rise for dynamic foot positioning. Soft feel, sock-like fit. Stud key included. For optimal performance and traction, tighten studs correctly. These boots meet the standards and regulations set by World Rugby. You can pick one size of these boots up from lovelrugby.co.uk for an incredible price, $251 New Zealand dollars and 22 cents, and still from RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz for another, but even more incredible price of $185 New Zealand dollars and 99 cents. That'll make them not only a great Christmas present but also something more affordable that won't break the bank at all, and they'd be sure to reach you on time if you order the last remaining sizes of them, which is 6.5. Stay tuned as we'll move on to looking at the firm ground version of these boots, also in blue, white and solar orange from the Horizon pack, right here on Rugby Obsessed Bloke. Keep watching. This right here is the firm ground version of these boots, also from the Horizon pack and also in blue, white and solar orange, which you can pick up from lovelrugby.co.uk for a price of $251 New Zealand dollars and 88 cents. This is not too bad at all for a great pair of rugby boots. These would make up a great Christmas present, even for that great rugby fan or just someone who wants to learn to improve their skills and kicking talents by adding just that little extra precision. They have such a great design that I would almost want them for Christmas, but I'd rather prefer the soft ground version, as I feel that it's much more comfortable for me on any kind of surface. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke very soon, so don't panic. Stay tuned as we're moving on to looking at the black, core black and solar orange version of these boots from the All Blacks pack, which were as worn by the All Blacks in this year's Rugby World Cup. Keep watching. This right here is the core black and solar orange version of the Adidas Predator X PSG rugby boots from the All Blacks pack, as worn by the All Blacks side representing the 2019 Rugby World Cup, which you can pick up from lovelrugby.co.uk for a great price of $238 New Zealand dollars and 51 cents. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz, because I know that you'll be dying to see them. They will make up a great Christmas present thanks to their elegant design, and you'll want to wear them with absolute pride and passion. They are so comfortable that once you put them on and wear them around the pitch, you'll never want to take them off. They are also such great value for money that you'll never want to give them away. The Adidas Predator Horizon and All Blacks pack ranges of rugby-specific boots. Built for the backs, speed, power, control and maximum comfort. Adidas Rugby. Proud sponsor of RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz. Just before I begin to close this video down, here is a sneak peek that I'm giving of the brand spanking new Adidas Predator Control Malice SG rugby boots from the also brand spanking new Scorch pack in the never before seen colorway of Scarlet, Signal Coral, and Core Black. I am sorry that there are no other images of these boots as of yet, but that's all Lovell Rugby's fault, not mine. You can pick these up from lovellrugby.co.uk for $354 New Zealand dollars and 84 cents. That price may seem expensive, but it still means that this is a great Christmas present for anyone who loves rugby or is just trying to get into it, even if they don't play but love to kick the ball around. In early of 2017 I was told that the brighter your rugby boots are, the faster you go, so thanks to the distinctive design and colors of these boots, they are sure to get you racing around the pitch in no time. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz very soon, so don't you even dare to panic. In the meantime, have a very Merry Christmas, and a safe and happy New Year, and I'll catch you next time for our third episode in this series for the Adidas Horizon and All Blacks pack rugby specific boot reviews right here on Rugby Obsessed Bloke. The power behind rugby. See you soon. Hi and welcome to our first video for 2020, the third in this series of rugby-specific boot reviews for the Adidas Horizon and All Black packs. Today we'll be looking at the Malice SG, FG and Elite SG boots from both the Horizon and All Black packs, which I hope that you'll enjoy looking at because I've really enjoyed bringing you the introductions to these products in every video that I've produced to share with you of this kind. These are much cheaper than the top model versions of these boots. The top models are the Predator Malice Control SG and I absolutely adore wearing those thanks to their immaculate comfort. They are a pure choice of a rugby boot for any kind of player, and even with the ones that we are looking at today, they'll still provide immaculate comfort along with the top model Predator Malice Control version, but it's all about your personal preference that matters. I do hope that you have had a safe and happy Christmas and New Year and are ready to lock yourself straight back into more rugby-oriented action on this channel, because you know what? I'm ready for it too. Apologies if I have talked for too long, because I know that a lot of you watching this would have got so bored that you would have wanted to shut your screens down. In the meantime, as we kick this episode off with a short review on the Adidas Malice SG boots from the Horizon pack in the brand spanking new colorway of blue, white, and solar orange, make sure to strap yourself in and keep your eyes on the screen because this review is going to be just a cracker, so wherever you are, don't you dare go away, because there's a lot of action in this video today that you will not want to miss out on. I hope that you enjoy it. These boots are the number 3 choice of a rugby-specific boot for a backline player, no matter what position, and they are perfect for those broke rugby players who don't even have enough money to be able to afford the professional model, the Adidas Predator Malice Control SG. There is also a new pack just released from Adidas called the Scorch pack, which I will produce a series for after the next 3 episodes in this series following this one. These boots, however, are ideal for anyone looking for optimum comfort whilst racing around the pitch attempting to beat the slow coaches who fail to keep up with their teammates throughout the running races. These would be my second most wanted pair of rugby boots behind the Predator Malice Control SG, which these are exactly the same as, but just slightly cheaper in price and without the actual rubberized technology that comes with the Predator Malice Control SG version, but the Malice SG version is guaranteed to work just as good. The super soft material on the Malice SG boots also can help reduce stress on the lower body, whilst providing immaculate comfort to the wearer, and, although as being not as hard wearing than the Predator Malice Control SG, the Malice SG boots are still comfortable enough to help you get through the duration of your games. The material for these is super soft enough to help keep your feet comfortable, making the boot mold to the shape of your foot quick enough for it to stay in place. This is rather the takedown version of the Predator Malice Control SG and is an excellent substitute to those boots themselves. Built for backs, these Adidas Malice SG rugby boots are the ideal base for any tricky winger or high-scoring center. The combination of a sturdy synthetic upper and asymmetrical lacing provide a locked-in feel so you can feel confident with every twist and turn. A non-stop grip system of raised dots ensures greater accuracy with each kick in these boots that are completed with the iconic Adidas 3-stripe branding. Men's rugby boots. Asymmetrical lacing. Non-stop grip system. Lightweight soft ground outsole. Pull ankle tab. Adidas 3-stripe branding. Upper/lining/outsole, synthetic. You can pick up a pair of these boots for 79 New Zealand dollars and 1 cent from lovelrugby.co.uk, and that I must say is one of the most incredible prices for a pair of rugby-specific boots, and it's sure to be guaranteed to not break the bank. It's definitely what one day I'd love to afford for a pair of the Predator Control Malice SG boots, but because they are more of an elite model compared to these, there is a greater difference in the price of those compared to these. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz very, very soon, so don't you even dare to think about panicking. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to looking at the firm ground version of these boots, also from the Horizon pack and in the amazing new colorway of blue, white, and solar orange, so don't you dare go away. Stay where you are and keep watching. This right here is the firm ground version of the brand spanking new Adidas Malice boots, which you can pick up from lovelrugby.co.uk for an amazing price of 127 New Zealand dollars and 43 cents. The colorway is also blue, white and solar orange, and the pair is taken from the Horizon pack. These are exactly the same as the pair that we just looked at, but just slightly cheaper. They are an excellent substitution to a pair with soft ground studs if you're playing on a firm ground pitch. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz as soon as I can, so don't you even dare to panic. There is only one size of these left at lovelrugby.co.uk, which is 7.5 as I just checked, but really there should be a heck of a lot more sizes left at ProDirectRugby.com if you check for yourself. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to looking at the core black and solar orange version of the soft ground version of these boots right here on Rugby Obsessed Bloke. This episode is going to get more than exciting towards the end of it. So stay where you are and keep watching. This right here is the Elite SG version of the Adidas Malice boots from the brand spanking new Horizon pack, and also in the all-new colorway of blue, white, and solar orange, which you can pick up from lovelrugby.co.uk for an amazing price of 107 New Zealand dollars and 91 cents. This is a more professional-looking version of the Malice SG boots with added Predator-like technology to them. Yes, you heard it. 107 New Zealand dollars and 91 cents. That's an incredible price for such lightweight boots with a sock lining that provides extra support for the foot while molding to the shape of the foot and holding it securely in place. The inner sock lining is also added for extra cushioning, and it makes the foot feel more relaxed whilst moving. These are such a comfortable pair of boots that after you put them on you'll never want your feet to leave them. Their price makes them well worth their weight in gold for a pair of boots like these, and they certainly sound like they won't break the bank one little bit. I will let you know when these and the next pair that we're looking at have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz as soon as I can, so don't you even dare to think about panicking, as I always say. Apologies if I've talked for too long, because I know that a lot of you would have gotten sick and tired of my talking, and I hate to have to bore my viewers. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to looking at the core black and solar orange version of the Malice SG boots taken from the brand spanking new All Blacks pack that were as worn by the All Blacks representatives of the side that participated in last year's Rugby World Cup. Keep watching. As we move on to looking at the penultimate pair of boots in this video, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a pair of the core black and solar orange version of the Malice SG from the All Blacks pack, the brand spanking new pack recently released last year and as worn by the representatives of the All Blacks sides that participated in last year's Rugby World Cup. You can pick up a pair of these great boots for 78 New Zealand dollars and 83 cents from lovelrugby.co.uk. That's 78 New Zealand dollars and 83 cents. These are such comfortable boots in my opinion that you'll never want your feet to leave them. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz as soon as I can, although there's only a few sizes left of these, but don't you dare to panic. They're also worth their weight in gold for a pair of boots like these, and are sure to leave you satisfied with your comfort guaranteed. They are generally great boots for those in the backline wanting to save money for other thing, and they'll look great on your feet and make you stand out among your teammates if you're lucky enough. Apologies I've been talking for far too long because I know very much that a handful of you would have got bored enough to leave here. The Adidas Malice Horizon and All Black pack ranges of rugby-specific boots. Built for the backs, speed, power, control and maximum comfort. Adidas Rugby. Proud sponsor of RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz. Just to round off the third episode in this series for the Horizon and All Black packs of Adidas rugby-specific boots, I have something new to you all here to present. This right here is the core black and solar orange version of the Malice Elite SG boots from the All Blacks pack as worn by the representatives of the All Blacks squad that participated in last year's Rugby World Cup. The inner sock lining is added to these for extra cushioning and support around the area of the ankles. You can pick up a pair of these fantastic boots for an amazing price of $119 from lovelrugby.co.uk, and I'm sure that the price for a pair of boots like these won't break the bank. So what are you waiting for? Pick up a pair of these while you can. I will let you know when they've been posted to my store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz online, so don't you even dare to think about panicking. They're such a great pair of boots that you'll never want to miss out on getting your feet into and letting them go for a race around the pitch. I'm extremely sorry to have talked for far too long, because once again I know that most of you all would have gotten bored, but anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed our third episode in this series of rugby boot reviews for the Adidas Horizon and All Black packs as much as I have. Enjoy the last few rolling photos of this video. A very good bye for now, and I'll catch you same time, same place for the next episode in this series of Horizon and All Blacks packs, which'll be the third, right here on Rugby Obsessed Bloke. The power behind rugby. So until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you then. Hi and welcome to the fourth episode in this series for the Adidas Horizon and All Blacks pack reviews for rugby-specific boots. I'm your one and only host for this show, Eddie Rugby Obsessed Bloke Gardner, and today we'll be looking at two differently colored pairs of the recently released brand spanking new Adidas Kakari X Kevlar 2SG rugby boots, one in the colorway of blue, core black and solar orange, and the other in core black, and later on this video, if you're lucky, I might even get the chance to throw you all in a quick sneak peek at the core black, Signal Coral and Scarlet edition of these boots from the brand spanking new Scorch pack, so stay tuned for that and make sure that you do not move from wherever you are. Speaking of the core black edition, this was crafted primarily for the forwards in the All Blacks squad that participated in the 2019 Rugby World Cup. These are a great follow-up to their predecessors, and to me they should stand out to all the discontinued colorways. The new Adidas Scorch pack has recently been released, but once this series for the Horizon and All Black packs of rugby-specific boots has finished is when I'll be starting work on making episodes for the Scorch pack. I am extremely sorry to have delayed the time in making this episode, which was meant to air sometime in late January or early February this year, but once again, I hope that this is going to be a cracker, just like I always do. This was because I was particularly busy due to my 19th birthday last week on Monday, and I started my new Foundation Studies course at the Otago Polytechnic. I am going to give extreme apologies for talking for far too long in this intro, because I know that a majority of you all would have got bored by my constant and excessive talking, so I blame myself for that. But in the meantime, sit tight and strap yourselves in because, like I just said, this review will be a cracker, so let's get into it. If you want a top quality pair of rugby boots similar to these, and you're that someone in your team wanting that extra grip from representing your side from up the front of the forward pack, then look no further than a pair of these, the Adidas Kakari X Kevlar 2 rugby boots from the Horizon pack, a reasonably brand spanking new addition to the Adidas rugby catalogue in the all-new colorway of blue, core black, and solar orange. They are a great pair for that someone who needs to be seen clearly on the pitch by others, especially the ones that they know well, like their friends and their family members. A striking design and superior comfort is what makes things exciting for a top-quality pair of rugby-specific boots manufactured by one of the world's biggest brands, just like these. I am excited to report today that the Adidas Rugby brand, a subsidiary of the Adidas brand itself, is my most loved brand, my favorite more than any other brand. I have shown so much devotion to the Adidas Rugby brand itself that I want to one day pick up a unique tee featuring the brand's distinctive logo from the Adidas New Zealand store. Anyway, back to talking about these amazing boots now, and in my own words they have such a distinctive and attractive design that you'll always want to hunt after a pair of them and to make yourself stand out on the pitch more than anyone in your team, so if you want that to be the case, then pick up a pair of these boots because I'm telling you that in my opinion they'll make you more identifiable in your team than anyone else, and I guarantee it. They're probably my favorite of all the Kakari X Kevlar models ever made. The men's Adidas Kakari X Kevlar 2 SG rugby boots have been crafted with a leather upper with a lace fastening for a snug and comfortable fit coupled with Kevlar to help increase the overall durability. A molded sole plate with screw-in studs provides fantastic traction for the tough scrums, completed with the Adidas branding to the side. Men's rugby boots. Shaped ankle collar. Sock liner. Pulled out to the heel. Lace fastening. Stitched detail to the forefoot. Molded sole plate. Soft ground screw-in studs. Kevlar to the upper. Adidas branding. Upper, synthetic, leather. Inner, textile, synthetic. Sole, synthetic. Make sure to pick up a pair of these great boots while you can from levelrugby.co.uk for an amazing price of $164 New Zealand dollars and 15 cents. I repeat $164 New Zealand dollars and 15 cents. If you use them hard, it means that you're using a lot of the money that you used to pay for them. They are also available at my website, RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz, for an even cheaper $139 New Zealand dollars and 99 cents. There are limited sizes available on levelrugby.co.uk, so get them while you can. I am extremely sorry if I'm talking in this part of the video for too long because I know that in my own words a lot of you would have got bored by listening, but in the meantime, things are going to get real again, and this episode is becoming the most unmissable of all Adidas Rugby specific boot episodes I have done in my career. Stay tuned as next up we'll be moving on to looking at the core black version of these boots from the All Blacks pack, and then later the brand spanking new core black, signal coral and scarlet version of these boots from the also brand spanking new pack of Adidas Rugby specific boots, the Scorch pack, so don't you even dare to move away from wherever you are, because the rest of this episode will, like always, be far from exciting. So, speaking of the next couple of parts of this video, I absolutely don't want any of you all to miss a single thing. Stick around and keep watching. This right here is the core black edition of the Adidas Kakari X Kevlar 2 rugby boots, as primarily worn by the representatives of the All Blacks squad that participated last year in the 2019 Rugby World Cup. Yes, the one that South Africa won, which can be easily purchased from levelrugby.co.uk, but this time the price is a lot higher, 205 New Zealand dollars and 18 cents. I'll repeat that, 205 New Zealand dollars and 18 cents. Just because the blue, core black and solar orange version of these boots is slightly cheaper, it still won't affect the quality of them, but the reason behind them being cheaper is due to the amount of sizes still available for purchase through levelrugby.co.uk, which are the following UK sizes, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9 and 10. In US sizing the sizes available are 8, 8.5, 9 and 10. In Japanese sizing the sizes available include 260, 265, 270 and 280. Finally, in European sizing the sizes available for the blue, core black and solar orange colorway include 41.5, 42, 42.5 and 44. So make sure to grab a pair of these while you can. They are now available in limited sizes for purchase through my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz for $200 New Zealand dollars, and I'm telling you, don't you dare hesitate to grab them, because they'll be such a bargain and won't go breaking the bank. You'll be more than proud enough to wear them for your own team on the pitch. So if I were you, I'd get yourself a pair of these great and unmissable boots as soon as possible, because they won't be there at all for long, I'm telling you now. Once again, I am extremely sorry for having to talk for so long, because, like I've been mentioning several times throughout the duration of this episode, I know that a lot of you would have got bored by my talking, so I'm sorry. But I hope that you all watching this will enjoy your pair of the core black colored Adidas Kakari X Kevlar 2SG rugby boots from the All Blacks pack after your responsible purchase through either lovelrugby.co.uk or RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz, because I guarantee that you will be satisfied that your money's going to end up being far from well spent on quality rugby-specific boots from one of the world's biggest and most loved brands, Adidas. The Adidas Kakari Horizon and All Blacks pack ranges of rugby-specific boots, fine-tuned for the forwards, speed, power, and maximum scrum domination plus comfort. Adidas Rugby. Proud sponsor of RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz. Finally, to close this action-packed third and penultimate episode in this series for the Adidas Horizon and All Blacks pack rugby-specific boot reviews down, I would like to introduce you a little something. So here is a quick sneak peek for those who haven't seen these yet. A pair of the brand spanking new addition to the Adidas Rugby catalogue, the core black, signal coral and scarlet colored version of the Adidas Kakari X Kevlar 2SG rugby boots from the also brand spanking new Scorch pack, which was recently just having been released into the world, although I am going to be reviewing each of the models from this pack as soon as the series for the Horizon and All Blacks packs is completed. This design is one of the most striking that I've ever seen for a rugby boot like this one. Not to mention that all three of the versions of the Adidas Kakari X Kevlar 2SG rugby boots contain an inner sock lining for improved comfort, suppleness and support for the foot to keep held in place. You can pick up a pair of these great boots for just $279 New Zealand dollars and 38 cents. That's right, what an incredible price that is, and I'll repeat it. $279 New Zealand dollars and 38 cents. I will let you know when these have been posted to my own online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz just as soon as I can, so don't you even dare to panic. I hope very much that you have enjoyed the penultimate episode in this series of the Adidas rugby-specific boot reviews for both the Horizon and All Black packs as much as I did, because I myself enjoy bringing you every episode of every Adidas rugby boot reviews series for your viewing pleasure. So to all the fans out there who have tuned firmly in for today's episode, thank you so much for all your endless, compassionate support. It means the whole damn world to me. Once again, apologies if I've been talking in this part of the episode for far too long, because I know that a lot of you, in fact, most of you, would have gotten bored by all my constant talking. I've mentioned this a few times here today. Enjoy the last few rolling photos of this video. A very goodbye for now, and I'll catch you same time, same place in the next video for the final episode in this series for the Adidas rugby-specific boot reviews for the Horizon and All Black packs, as we'll move on to looking at the Kakari SG and Kakari Elite SG boots from both the Horizon pack and All Black packs, one duo in blue, core black and solar orange, and the other in core black alone, right here on the one and only Rugby Obsessed Bloke. The power behind rugby. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning in for today's episode, and until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Hi and welcome to the fifth and final episode in this series for the Adidas Horizon and All Blacks pack rugby-specific boot reviews. I'm your one and only host, Eddie Rugby Obsessed Bloke Gardner, and today it is my absolute pleasure for me to introduce to you pairs of both the Adidas Kakari SG and the Adidas Kakari Elite SG rugby boots in two different colorways, blue, Core Black and Solar Orange from the Horizon pack and Core Black alone from the All Blacks pack. The pack famously worn by the representatives of the All Blacks squad that participated in the 2019 Rugby World Cup. The last boots mentioned are presented in such an elegant design that you'll never even want to miss out on picking up a pair, and the 4 pairs that we're looking at today are definitely worth their weight in gold. Please note that in the wake of the coronavirus, COVID-19, crisis, the shipping for each of these boots that we're looking at today in the final episode for this series for the Horizon and All Blacks pack rugby specific boot reviews might take longer than what's expected. To all those at risk of being infected with COVID-19, I encourage you to stay safe, because one day, New Zealand as a whole will rise together and help revert the world back to normal. Like I have said in past episodes for this series, I am extremely sorry to have talked for far too long in the intro to this video, because I know that a majority of you all would have got bored by my constant talking. In the meantime, as we roll forward, sit tight, get as comfortable as you can, and strap yourselves in, because this last episode for the series for the Adidas Horizon and All Blacks pack rugby specific boot reviews will be an absolute cracker, guaranteed. I hope you enjoy it. If you're that someone in your rugby team needing yourself a quality pair of boots like these, then absolutely look no further than a pair of these. The near new Adidas Kakari SG from the Horizon pack in the all-new colorway of blue, core black, and solar orange. They're proven to keep you undeniably comfortable for the duration of your game, and the 8-stud configuration is there for extra grip on the all-natural soft ground surfaces. The boots are the best yet for anyone starting in the forward pack that wants to excel hard and perform at their peak in the best way they can. These boots are as worn by multiple forward pack players in the delayed Mitre 10 Cup Under-20 season for 2020 this year, due to the unfortunate coronavirus, COVID-19, pandemic. But still the season will carry on after the now 3-week lockdown of the coronavirus, COVID-19, pandemic, and it'll be one hell of a season to look for, so put your hopes high on what'll be an exciting season of fascinating rugby played by young guys under 20 to look forward to, yet the most exciting that the competition has put together. It's definitely one that no one into this type of rugby, like me, would not want to miss out on participating in or watching. They are as worn by props from the Mitre 10 Cup Under-20 competition this year, such as Otago's Suaeva, who wears them with pride and passion, and that's exactly how every other one of the players in the competition would wear their boots. Adidas is obviously the best brand in the world according to me, and they continue to make the best quality sporting gear the world has to offer. Control the game in these soft ground boots. Created for scrummaging and forward play, these rugby boots feature a 6x2 stud formation built for traction and power. A synthetic leather forefoot split provides supreme comfort, while the soft ground-specific outsole keeps you on your feet and in the game. Synthetic leather forefoot split for comfort. 6x2 stud configuration for incredible traction and power. Soft ground outsole. For optimal performance and traction, tighten studs correctly. These boots meet the standards and regulations set by World Rugby. You can pick these great boots up from lovelrugby.co.uk for 76 New Zealand dollars and 1 cent. Yes, that's right, an incredible price of 76 New Zealand dollars and 1 cent. That's sure to not break the bank. You'll be thrilled by the price of these boots so much that you'll want to pick up your own pair desperately before they're gone. The last few pairs of these are almost gone at my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz, and the price of them is 119 New Zealand dollars and 99 cents. So make sure to grab yours while you can, and certainly don't hesitate, because they won't be here for much longer. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to looking at the Elite SG version of these boots, also in blue, core black, and solar orange, and then later on in this episode, the core black version of these boots and the Elite SG version of them also in core black, which were as worn by the All Blacks squad that participated in last year's 2019 Rugby World Cup, which was eventually won by South Africa, but New Zealand, I must say, would still have their hopes on adding to their tier of 3 World Cup wins and keeping the Malice Cup in their hands. The 3 years they won the World Cup were 1987, 2011 and 2015. I was ashamed in myself that it was a result of their performance in a match against England, which they ended up losing by a large margin to them of 19-7, that made them lose the right to have their hands kept on the Malice Cup this year. Anyway, I know that a lot of you would have got tired by my talking, so I apologize for talking constantly in this part of the video. In the meantime, as we move on to the next part, of looking at the Elite SG version of these boots also in blue, core black, and solar orange. Make sure to stay where you are and don't you even dare to make a move, because the rest of this last episode in this series will be something that you will not want to miss out on. So get comfortable. And once again, stay right where you are, and keep watching. This right here is the Elite SG version of the boots that we previously looked at, but is still presented in the elegant blue, core black and solar orange colorway and taken from the New Horizon pack. Not to mention the material that these boots are made of are proven to reduce stress on the lower body. You can pick these up from levelrugby.co.uk for an amazing price of 123 New Zealand dollars and 73 cents. Yes, that's right. 123 New Zealand dollars and 73 cents. They are also available from my online site at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz for an even greater price of 119 New Zealand dollars and 99 cents. And there's only a few sizes left of these boots on both sites, so remember, if you want a pair of your own you should get yours while you can, because really, once they're gone, then they're gone new. But you could always find used ones on either eBay, for the domestic and international customers, or TradeMe, for the domestic customers. These are slightly more expensive than the regular Kakari SG because of the added rubberized elements similar to what you'll see on the Kakari X Kevlar SG boots, which the Kakari SG are slightly cheaper than. This boot is perfect for the starting forwards in the tight 5 of your team, and similar models to this had been worn by the Otago under-20 hooker ADB Nadalo until he made a boot switch to the A6 Gel Lethal Tight 5s last season whilst playing for the under-19s. Once again, like I always say, I'm sorry for my constant talking as a majority of you all would have got bored. So what are you waiting for? Make sure to pick up a pair of these comfortable looking boots while you can, because I'm telling you once again, they won't be on sale on those two sites, levelrugby.co.uk and my own RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz, for much long. Stay tuned as we'll be moving next up onto looking at the core black version of the Kakari SG boots, which were as worn by the representatives of the All Blacks squad that participated in last year's 2019 Rugby World Cup. Like I always say, don't go anywhere now because the rest of this episode will be completely unmissable and you'll never want to take your eyes away from your screen until the very end credits. Keep watching. This right here is the core black version of the Kakari SG boots, which you can pick up from levelrugby.co.uk for 87 New Zealand dollars and 51 cents. Yes, that's right. 87 New Zealand dollars and 51 cents, and also from RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz for another great price, but still slightly expensive, of 91 New Zealand dollars and 89 cents. Those are such a great prices that it makes them something that you'll never want to miss out on. These boots were as worn by the All Blacks squad that represented last year's 2019 Rugby World Cup, and the core black design of them, also the way that they are blacked out, reflects that. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to looking at the Elite SG version of these boots also in core black and taken from the All Blacks pack right here on Rugby Obsessed Bloke. Keep watching. This right here is the core black, signal coral, and scarlet version of the Adidas Elite SG rugby boots, which is taken from the brand spanking new Scorch pack, which was recently released late last year and first brought to popular online rugby equipment specific sites such as ProDirectRugby.com and LevelRugby.co.uk around November. The unique 8-stud configuration on a pair of these boots, because they are so bright in color, will make any particular tight 5 forward stand out cleanly on the pitch and make them visible enough for their supporters. The rubberized 3D print on these boots, as featured on the last two versions of the Elite SG from both the Horizon and All Black packs that we looked at, is also included. You can pick up a pair of these from levelrugby.co.uk for an amazing price of 83 New Zealand dollars and 12 cents. Yes, that's right, 83 New Zealand dollars and 12 cents. I will let you know when these brand new boots have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz very soon. So once again, don't you even dare to think about panicking, because panicking, even at this lockdown, in my opinion, though I've panicked quite a lot because of being sad with the situation, is a waste of time. Once again, I'm extremely sorry to have talked for so long in this part of the episode because, like I always say, I know that a lot of you would have gotten bored by my talking, so next time I start a new episode for an Adidas Rugby specific boot review I'll remember to slow the talking down. But I'm going to have to talk a lot more in the final part of the episode because this part is going to be the conclusion, so tune your head in as this episode begins to progress. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to presenting the standings of each boot from both the Horizon and All Black packs and the points each boot from these packs have earned right here on RugbyObsessedBloke. Keep watching. This right here is the core black, signal coral and scarlet version of the Kakari SG boots taken from the brand spanking new Scorch pack. These can be easily purchased from levelrugby.co.uk, but, like all of the boots we looked at today, the shipping will be delayed for orders to international countries because of the coronavirus, COVID-19, pandemic, which has been said to not end early by Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern due to an incident occurred in a Christchurch supermarket by a man named Raymond Coombs who was taken to court for filming himself coughing and sneezing in public. Police later arrived at the scene. But still, despite the presence of the current coronavirus, COVID-19, pandemic, it shouldn't affect anyone's ability to shop online. The pandemic itself should be over soon, so for those struggling with the lockdown, I feel sorry for you all. You can pick these boots up from levelrugby.co.uk for an amazing price of $72 New Zealand dollars and 73 cents. I will let you know when these have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz as soon as I can. So, like I always have said, don't you even dare to think about panicking. Again, I'm extremely sorry for having talked in this part of the episode for too long, because I know that a lot of you all would have gotten tired by my talking. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to looking at the Elite SG version of these boots also taken from the brand spanking new Scorch pack and in this colorway of core black, signal coral, and scarlet, before I present you the standings of each boot from both the Horizon and All Blacks packs, showing how much points they have earned on the boot table, before making a conclusion. Keep watching. This right here is the core black, signal coral, and scarlet version of the Adidas Elite SG Rugby boots, which is taken from the brand spanking new Scorch pack, which was recently released late last year and first brought to popular online rugby equipment specific sites such as ProDirectRugby.com and LevelRugby.co.uk around November. The unique 8-stud configuration on a pair of these boots, because they are so bright in color, will make any particular tight 5 forward stand out cleanly on the pitch and make them visible enough for their supporters. The rubberized 3D print on these boots as featured on the last two versions of the Elite SG from both the Horizon and All Black packs that we looked at, is also included. You can pick up a pair of these from levelrugby.co.uk for an amazing price of $83 New Zealand dollars and 12 cents. Yes, that's right, $83 New Zealand dollars and 12 cents. I will let you know when these brand new boots have been posted to my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz very soon. So once again, don't you even dare to think about panicking, because panicking, even at this lockdown, in my opinion, though I've panicked quite a lot because of being sad with the situation, is a waste of time. Once again, I'm extremely sorry to have talked for so long in this part of the episode because, like I always say, I know that a lot of you would have gotten bored by my talking, so next time I start a new episode for an Adidas Rugby specific boot review I'll remember to slow the talking down. But I'm going to have to talk a lot more in the final part of the episode because this part is going to be the conclusion, so tune your head in as this episode begins to progress. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to presenting the standings of each boot from both the Horizon and All Black packs and the points each boot from these packs have earned right here on RugbyObsessedBloke. Keep watching. And now, let's start off making our way through the standings of each boot from the Horizon and All Black packs. Firstly, we'll do the Horizon pack. in first place, and for the winning pair, on a total of 5,525 points, we have the Predator Malice SG in blue, white and solar orange from the Horizon pack. Next up from the Horizon pack, on a total of 5,418 points, we have the Predator XPSG boots in blue, white, and solar orange. Next up from the Horizon pack, on a total of 5,347 points, we have the Malice SG, in blue, white, and solar orange. Next up, in fifth place, we have the Kakari X Kevlar SG. Next up, from the Horizon pack, on a total of 5,213 points, we have the Kakari X Kevlar SG, in blue, core black, and solar orange. And lastly, from the Horizon pack, on a score of 5,049 points, comes the Kakari Elite SG, also in blue, core black, and solar orange. And now, let's move on to the standings of each boot from the All Blacks pack and the points that they have scored, right here on Rugby Obsessed Bloke. Keep watching. Now let's move on to looking at the standings for each boot taken from the All Blacks pack, as worn by the representatives of the All Blacks squad that participated in last year's 2019 Rugby World Cup. We'll start off first with the Predator Malice Control SG in core black and solar orange, which has been given 4,938 points, and then we have the Predator XPSG in core black and solar orange which has been given a total of 4,853 points. Next up, on a total of 4,749 points, we have the Malice SG in core black and solar orange. And now, for the Malice Elite SG in core black and solar orange, on a total of 4,673 points. Next up, the Kakari X Kevlar SG also in core black, on 4,532 points. Next up, the Kakari SG also in core black, on 4,423 points. And lastly, the Kakari Elite SG in core black, on 4,326 points. And lastly, the Kakari Elite SG in core black, on 4,326 points. Well, it's almost time for me to close down this final program of what has been such another thrilling series. But before I do, I just want to say a massive thank you to one person, and dedicate this final program to you. One fascinating and exciting person who continues to make me excited by the amounts of views I get over the years from each of my videos. You are the most important component in all of this talk. But I'm extremely sorry that I'm going to have to talk a lot now because of this part of the episode being the conclusion. I just have to say, what another thrilling finale for a season it has been, and thank you all so much for watching, because all of your time spent doing this keeps me alive. Your input is greatly appreciated. I hope that you have enjoyed every single part of this finale for the Adidas Horizon and All Blacks pack for rugby-specific boot reviews as much as I have, because I just absolutely love to share these kinds of YouTube-exclusive series with the world. For those struggling with the lockdown this year, I feel sorry for you, but stay safe, because we're all in this together at these tough times. It's definitely not a lockdown that'll go on forever, but as Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said, it might not end too early, but fingers crossed, it should. Until next time, when hopefully, we'll be moving on to looking at two differently colored versions of the Predator Malice Control SG boots from the Scorch pack. You take care, remember to wash your hands and keep them clean, and I'll see you that time, so remember to make every other day from today a brilliant day in paradise. Goodbye.